guys, today I have an Ikea haul for you. I stopped in to buy a dustbin and I came out with a load of stuff. So when I arrived at Ikea, I was pleasantly surprised to find that the summer sale had started, which is why I ended up buying so much stuff. I picked up this dustbin that I came for, waste paper basket, for my office, my beautiful office slash studio here. It was 95p, I think. It's just nice and simple. It's a plastic dustbin. That's it, there's nothing else to say. So what I do is when I head to Ikea, because I go there quite often so I know my way around, so I use a shortcut to head. I skip the whole of upstairs and I just go straight down to the marketplace, and the first thing I found was a sale section with these I think you pronounce it fiala. If you're Swedish, feel free to correct my pronunciation in the comments. So anyway, they had these magazine holders. I do have quite a lot of magazines and documents which will now be stored nicely on a shelf in a magazine holder. It was actually quite hard to only buy one pack. I was going to buy 2 or 3 and then I was like, no, I don't need to keep that many things. I'm going to sort through all the stuff before I put it in the holder and get rid of all the things I don't need. I'm trying to clear clutter and become, not minimalist, I don't think I'll ever become minimalist, but I'm trying to reduce the amount of stuff I have because it's not good to have too much stuff. And failing that, I'm just going to be a bit more organised. So, and the next thing I picked up was these beautiful storage boxes. They are sort of vintage inspired with the corner pieces, and they are a beautiful cream colour with light brown corner pieces. So I got 2 of those. Then I picked up this boot tray. Now this is Casual Beauty life hack number 1. If you have cats and they are messy eaters like my cats, and by messy eater I mean you put the food in their bowl and you turn your back and you come back and half the food is outside of the bowl on the floor, get yourself one of these. Get this, put the food bowl on this and then they put it out and it spills onto this, which is much easier to clean than your floor. I just pick this up, put a bit of washing up liquid on it, give it a bit of a wipe, take it outside, hose it down with the garden hose. It's dry in like 5 minutes, put it back inside, clean floor and calm life. So yeah, it's meant, this is I think this was either 95p or £1.95. It is an absolute bargain. It's located, well, in my local Ikea, it's located near just before the section where they have all the storage, the plastic boxes and the wash bins and all sorts of things like that. So it's actually meant for putting your muddy shoes on when you get in from the park or country walk or whatever, so that you don't dirty up your floors. I find it's great for preventing your cats from dirtying up your floors with, you know, whiskers. And if you're not from the UK, Whiskers is a brand of cat food. Not that they just shed whiskers all over the house. It's fur they shed all over the house. And that's another video. What was that? Okay. The next item I got was a really big storage box. This was also on sale. They did have small ones in the brown. They didn't have big ones this size in the cream, but I thought let's mix it up a bit. These will coordinate quite nicely with the cream boxes, and I think that they will look quite nice stacked together. And I also got, in the gift wrap section, they had these little gift wrap bows for 20 pence a packet, I want to say. And they also had packets of tissue paper, and I believe that was 20 pence also. And I guess I will put these away for Christmas. I don't really have any birthdays coming up, but if I do, I will decorate their gifts very nicely. So as well as a trip to Ikea, I also made a trip to Tiger. I was actually just killing time and just thought, oh, I'll just have a little window shop. And yeah, despite my goal to become more minimalist, I ended up picking a few pieces. But these are actually very useful bits and pieces. The first is this awesome measuring glass. It has on it the different measurements for different items. So you've got deciliters, milliliters for just measuring fluid amounts. Then you have rice. So you know to fill up to here is 1 portion, 2, 3 and 4 portions. I always fail at measuring out rice. I always make too much. Now I know exactly how much is 1 portion, and then it, you know, if you have the right amount of rice and the right amount of water, your rice turns out really well. My rice always turns out terribly, which is why I use microwave rice really a lot, which I know that I shouldn't because it's terribly bad for the environment, all those plastic bags. But now with the aid of this, I'm sure that I will master cooking rice. Maybe I should make a video about it. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. I'll teach myself how to make rice, or yeah, okay. I'm rambling again, sorry. The next to measure here is sugar. So if you're baking and you don't want to have to get out the scales, which quite often I don't want to have to get the scales down off the cupboard, find a bowl, blah blah blah, you can just whack it in there. Or what also happens is when I bake a cake, I'll measure out the butter first, and then the bowl on the scale is covered in butter because you can never get it all off, and then your sugar measurement is slightly off. But now you can just measure the sugar in here and then dump it in and it's all good. Also it has UK cups and US cups. Now UK cups and US cups are slightly different. I don't know if you can read it on there, but there is just a slight difference, maybe ½ centimetre difference on these markings. But it is something I struggle with because quite often recipes that people post on Pinterest which look amazing and you want to try, they're in US quantities, so they're in US cups. And I never am quite sure how to translate that into UK measurements, or you know, grams or ounces, or you know, or UK cups. So that's going to make life a lot simpler. So I can measure out US cup measurements. American cake recipes are weird in that you measure everything in cups. In the UK we measure everything in either grams or in pounds and ounces. We don't measure things in cups. I think cups is just so inaccurate. I mean this is the size of, okay, this has given me an accurate measure for a cup, but if you didn't have one of these, what do you use as a cup? Do you use a teacup? But then teacups are different according to who made them. It's just, well, odd. But yeah, that problem is solved now thanks to the measuring cup. And then the next thing that I bought is this beautiful trinket jar or candy jar. I don't know what to call it. Dish, candy dish. It's the lid. It is very jewelled and ornamented. It's very noisy. It's 2 pieces. It's quite deep. Anyway, I just thought that this was gorgeous in a kind of retro. It looks like an old-fashioned decanter, something that you would find in your granny's house with all this glass etching. And it's very, very old-fashioned with all of this etching. and I just thought it was really cute and different. Usually I would never go for something this ornamental. I would go for something clean and simple and modern, but I was just like, oh, just really cute, and it will fit what I want to store perfectly and just keep it nice and free of cat hair. So I bought it, and it's lovely, and I have pulled the tag off already. So I don't know how much it was. Sorry. I think it was £3. I know it wasn't expensive. If it had been more than £3, I wouldn't have bought it. It does look like something you might find in a vintage shop for a lot more than £3. This one also has no price on it. I'm pretty sure. Whoa! It's okay. It's okay, it hasn't broken. Look, it's fine, it's all in one piece, but I am going to put it down and stop waving it around now. Like I was saying, I thought the price was on the bottom here, but it's not. I don't know what I've done with my receipt because I didn't get a bag. I was being environmentally friendly. I had my rucksack with me. I just wrapped them in paper and I put them in my rucksack. I don't know what I've done with the receipt. Again, I don't think this was more than £3. It definitely wasn't more than £3. I wouldn't have bought it if it was more than £3. So that is it. That is my 2 mini hauls. Sorry, I'm looking around at the things on the many things that I'm surrounding myself with, thinking, what can I include in this haul? Nothing. That's it. That's the end of it. So you've got your Primark and you've got your Tiger, and it was fun talking to you again. And yeah, look me up on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. Well, you're already watching me on YouTube. Please do subscribe to the channel, like, leave a comment, good or constructive, and I'll see you guys later.